said 95% of people hold you back. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you move through life at your pace. They don't want you to enjoy your life. Let's talk about AntiFuzz. So the Fuzz Busters, we called it the Fuzz Busters back in the day. This is how you rip on a rally without getting into trouble. And I've dropped the link for call-ins. It says Q&A call-in line at the top of YouTube. I can't drop it here. I'll put it in all chat actually in case you're on Twitter or other platforms. Copy, but that's pinned at the top. So Q&A call-in link. And if you want to call in and ask a question, I'll drop that in all chat. So I got some time to take some call-in questions, whatever you want. So the last thing I wanted to give you was the AntiFuzz method. So how to, because we, like I said, I've done close to 75,000, 100,000 kilometers doing rallies. Rallies, you travel very fast. You travel in groups. You have a good time. It's fun. I mean, I could do it every day, but that's just me. Guys from my community, they met up with us in Little Switzerland, Cherokee Mountains. Some of them drove. One of them decided not to drive. He wanted to ride shotgun in my car instead because he didn't feel comfortable. But, we have a good network of solid dudes. So here's how we bust the fuzz. This is how we avoid getting in trouble with the popo. Some of this I can't give you everything publicly because some of this would, we don't want to tell them everything that we do, but I'll just give away the stuff that you can do yourself. Radar detector, obviously the Uniden R8 is by far the best one in my opinion. You get tons of advance warning. You're traveling twisty roads, elevation changes. One of the biggest problems that you're going to run into is a cop parked on the side of the road with radar on. It's usually KA band. They don't use laser in the States ever. I've never come across it. It's usually KA band. In Canada, they use laser. So if they're parked on the side of the road with laser, you're kind of fucked because everybody got you. But in the States, they use KA. So you want to Uniden R8. When I bought mine 2-3 years ago, they were like $800 or something like that. I don't know what they cost now. By far the one that you want to get. Front, rear, side, picks it up very well. Lots of advanced warning. Usually 2 to 3 turns before you even see the cop. Like the radar detector is going off well in advance so that you can scrub off any speed if you're going too fast. Now, if the cop doesn't have his radar on and he's coming from the opposite direction, then that can be a problem, right? Then you've got to make a decision. Are you going to stop or are you going to go, right? So radar, Waze. Waze is very straightforward. Everybody should be running Waze when you're driving. Gives you traffic conditions, give you weather conditions if there's fog, fallen trees on the road, tire explosions. More importantly, police doing radar. Download Waze if you don't use it. Use it. Mark hazards on the road, especially cops for other drivers. It's a fantastic app. Works well. I wish they could integrate it into Google Maps because Google Maps, we usually run maps. So I've got 2 screens on my phone. I usually got one tracking Waze markers with highway radar on mine, and Google Maps because we have to follow a route that we've set. So Waze is awesome, right? If you want to get from point A to B as fast as possible, you just punch in the address. Waze will get you there, avoiding construction, traffic jams, all kinds of stuff. But again, we use it primarily for marks of hazards, more specifically cops. Police scanners are great as well. They like the police network when they're talking to each other. It's a public network. I don't know if it's cell or how they broadcast, if it's radio. I'm sure somebody in the comments will say something. But police scanners are great because you can hear if you've been called in. For example, there's a parrot. There's a car described as it looks like a parrot that's traveling too fast, right? And they call into the other officer to let you know. It's like, oh, we're looking for 3 cars traveling together. One's described as a parrot. They don't know what the other ones are. So you can just break up. It's like, all right, well, you go that way. I'll meet you at the hotel. You go that way sort of thing, right? Highway Radar is a fantastic app, but it's Android based only, okay? The best part about Highway Radar, and I would recommend getting an Android phone just for Highway Radar, especially if you do rallies or drive fast, is it tracks aircraft activity. So it integrates into Waze. It pulls data from Waze, and it tells you exactly what's been marked on Waze. The cool thing is that it tells you the time that the last marking came up. So you'll get a notification, say police marked ahead on Waze 6 seconds ago. Okay, you know that is a solid indicator there's going to be a cop there. If it says police marked ahead on Waze 22 minutes ago, he might have bugged out. He may or may not be there, but you probably want to slow down. But if you get some shit like guy was marked up ahead 2.8 miles 6 seconds ago, like slow down. Okay. Now the aircraft part is the best part because police departments use a lot of Cessnas, light aircraft to monitor traffic. So if you integrate the aircraft monitoring part, you can literally see the plane, like it shows on your Waze map. Actually, I think I took a screenshot. Let me see if I can find it. I took a screenshot when I was driving because I was like, this is wild. Yeah, here it is. I took a screenshot of it. So I don't know where we are here. It says Kent. I think we're near Ohio. So let's see if that'll focus. Come on, focus. You see that? State of Ohio Department of Public Safety airplane. And then you can see the path that the aircraft is traveling on. It's like a little loop. It does a loop over the highway. You can also see on highway radar, you see those green bits, kind of like the highlighted green bits. Those are places that police have been marked on Waze in the last 30 days. So it builds a heat map of basically hotspots, right? So even if you're cruising along and you got time to make up or you want to rip it for a little bit, you can just pretty much avoid any problem by not speeding through any hotspots. It's a really, really awesome app. It's fantastic. The airplane tracking is phenomenal. Like it legit says 6 miles ahead at 4,000 feet. Like it tells you exactly where the plane is on the map, the altitude the plane's flying at, and then beneath the ground there's 6 cops marked as well, which tells me that, I mean, they weren't looking for us. They were looking for somebody else, obviously, because we drove through there without any issues. I mean, we weren't going fast or anyway that fast. But maybe I don't know, there's some criminal activity. There was a drug bust. Who the fuck knows? But there's an aircraft in the air and there's 6 cops marked ahead. Awesome app. By far one of the best. Like this is an old Android, so I run 2. So I'll just tether one to the other and it's simple. I'll run maps on one. I'll run highway radar on the other. It just makes driving that much more pleasurable and fun. Well, there you have it, guys. There's some stories from the trenches, a couple of strong realities of human nature. The whole crabs in the bucket thing is a very, very strong reality of the vast majority of people. Like I said, 95% of people hold you back. They don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you move through life at your pace. They don't want you to enjoy your life in a way that you want. It's like, you can go out there having fun. And I covered this in my book, guys. I talked about this in a chapter in the Unplugged Alpha. I said cars can travel at a much faster speed around corners because they have a larger contact patch. Bikes don't. They have a much narrower contact patch, especially when you lean over, which you have to do to go around corners. So you will travel around bends faster than motorcycles, especially 800-900 pound road pigs, with your wife on the back. So these people won't get out of the way. They won't let you travel at your pace. They don't like you traveling at your pace. And if you do, they will literally chase you down 25 minutes later to lecture you and have a word with you about your driving, right? I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here. And pinned down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.